A question I get asked a lot is, hey Ben, why did you choose to grow on Twitter? Why not run ads or choose Instagram or any other platform? So in this video, I'll answer all those questions and explain why I believe Twitter is the best way to market your services and products. Real quick, a bit about me. I get 10,000 organic views a day with about 5 to 10 minutes of work. Sometimes it extends a bit further to like 20 minutes. I have 50 million impressions across clients and $200,000 in documented client results. Here is a photo of my impressions across the last month. It is October 13th as of recording this. I've been writing for 2 years and creating content on social media platforms for 5. And Twitter undoubtedly has had the fastest, most qualified growth compared to any other social media. And compared to ads, well, Twitter is free and it builds you an evergreen asset, which we'll get to later. Not only have I done this for myself, I've done this for multiple of my clients. I'm not going to pause to read the results. If you want, you can do so. So here's why I believe Twitter is the best place to build on. Firstly, is that there's a negative cost per acquisition. If you've ever tried running ads before, you know that unless you've got lots of experience with it, you often lose money month one. It costs like thousands of dollars to start or to like test an offer. And sometimes your account just gets banned for no reason. And ads die the moment you stop feeding Zuckerberg. Meanwhile, on X is free to start. X doesn't ban your account randomly. In fact, in some cases, X pays you to post, which makes it a negative CPA. Secondly, Omnipresent Authority. Because no matter what your acquisition channel is, whether it's ads, whether it's Google search or whatever, leads will search you up beforehand. And when you do, you want to control the narrative. Here's a brief example of what happens if you search up my name. You see my X, you see some random IMDb thing, which is not me. You see Instagram and you see LinkedIn. So I get to decide what people think of me, essentially. And whether I run ads or whether I do referrals, people will search me up. And then the first thing they'll see is my Twitter, and then they'll read through, learn more about me. If they like the way I think, then they'll trust me a lot more, and they'll be a lot more likely to buy. Many of my clients actually reported that the show-up rates and the close rates increased after I started helping them build their brands because the leads, when they searched them up, they saw that they had a brand, they were trustworthy, and therefore were more likely to buy their service. Next up would be the fact that there's a low barrier to entry. So at this point, you might be thinking, yes, I've tried personal branding before. I've been on Instagram, I've been on YouTube, I've been on whatever other social media platforms there are. And you get no traction. Twitter is just built different because only on Twitter you can spend 15 minutes writing a post or even 5 minutes writing a post, whether you're on a walk, in the shower, or on a date with a girlfriend, and still get leads sliding into your DMs. You don't need to sit down, ideate, script, film, edit, all to just pray it goes viral. This has happened to me multiple times where I get leads from posts which I wrote in 5 to 10 minutes. Like this post specifically got me like 5 leads, which is a lot more than the 3 I turned down. And fun fact, Hormozi actually says that all his ideas start with X, and that if the idea is proven on X, he then goes and turns it into YouTube videos, turns it into like products so-and-so. X is good because you can test viral content faster and repurpose it to other platforms. The next reason why Twitter is the best place to grow on is because it's simply quick to grow. You could get your content out to millions of qualified people in just a few weeks. Many people have had their first tweets on Twitter go viral as long as they understand the principles of content. In fact, here is the first month after working with one of my clients. We added nearly 1 million impressions to his brand. As you can see, it's just consistent, like 20-ish K. Imagine 20,000 people looking at your brand every single day for free. So, like I mentioned above, as long as you understand content, this is actually my brother's first ever tweet. I helped him write this. As you can see, they're very specific elements, specific jigsaw puzzles, specific levers which you can pull in order to make a narrative, in order to make a tweet go viral. Once again, he had 0 followers and he got, in the first day, it was like 3,000 views. Now it's more because like it's been over time. I'll make separate videos on content, by the way, so subscribe if you want to see that. But this is just to prove that as long as you understand content, as long as you know like human psychology, hooks, what makes posts go viral, you can get views from essentially literally day one. Lastly, Twitter has a reader base, not a viewer base, which leads to smarter people. Let me explain. On Instagram, on YouTube, you get people who are mindlessly watching. They're just scrolling, they're just maybe clicking on videos, but then like not really paying attention. The attention drifts off. Whereas on Twitter, you're actively reading. Everyone there are active readers. And when people are forced to actively read rather than mindlessly watch, your audience is far more invested. And as a result, you attract people who are far smarter and as a byproduct, far richer. This has been what's allowed me and many other people I know to generate revenue from Twitter with just a few thousand followers. And if you want to know my exact system on how I scale Twitter brands so that they actually attract high-ticket clients, click the video on screen. Or if you want me to manage your brand for you, click the first link below to book a call directly with me. We'll go over where you're currently at with your Twitter brand, whether building on Twitter is relevant for your business, and if it is, what it'll take to move forward. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel because I'll be uploading more in-depth videos about how we grow our clients on Twitter. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.